We're at the National Pavement Exposition 2016 in Charlotte, North Carolina, home of those Carolina Panthers that are going to be in the Super Bowl here next week.
That's right.
Because they beat our Seahawks. And we're talking to Brian Young, and being from Waco, Texas, his team wasn't quite as far into the finals anyway, so he doesn't care about that. What he does care about is the sweeper that he is a sales professional and very knowledgeable about. The Tymco's very venerable 435, and there have been some changes, and so talk about those, if you would.
Yeah,
talk about
absolutely.
what this machine is, Brian.
So just generally speaking, Tymco Model 435 sweeper, it's our mid-size sweeper. So it kind of sits in between a big street sweeper and a parking lot sweeper. Small, maneuverable enough to do parking lot work, but big enough capacity and performance to actually do, you know, light municipal work and construction sweeping and things like that. So it's in that nice middle ground. Mm-hmm. We've been building this product for over 10 years, and so have definitely refined it over the years. But specifically, you and I were talking about maneuverability earlier, mm-hmm. and one thing that affected our maneuverability in the past was the addition of the emissions controls after treatment device for the truck chassis. Uh-huh. So it stretched our wheelbase.
Right, you had to go to a longer chassis to get this new emissions in.
That's right.
And you're saying that this has now been shortened to where you're able to put.
Yeah, this wheelbase of this truck here is exactly what it was when we announced the product. 132.5-inch wheelbase. We had to go to a 150 for a while when we introduced this emissions, and so now we're back at 132.5, and we did that through redesigning our storage and water tank compartment here in the middle. The new module we refer to as COMDEX, which stands for Compact Design Extra. Okay, and that's extra water, extra storage, extra signage for your company to put your logo on it. It really depends on how you configure it, because there's 5 different configurations that this box can be in, depending on how much water and storage you need.
So if you're a municipality, say, that really wants to have water rather than storage, versus a contractor, say, that needs a backpack blower put someplace, that's how you can change this?
Absolutely. This particular one is configured with the most water. Mm-hmm. So we've got 145 gallons of water here in the middle. There's a little bit of storage here, but if you don't need that much water, or you have access to water where you're sweeping, you can remove this top tank, and you've got storage all the way across the module.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And regardless of how the module's laid out, you've still got storage for long-handled tools, shovels, and rakes here at the front.
We should be able to see that. See how you can see through? There's 2 sets of those.
1 hour remains until the Case skid steer giveaway.
You betcha.
You must be present to win. The value of the skid steer is over $60,000. Don't miss it. Be at the Case booth at 4:30 for the skid steer giveaway.
Okay.
We
That's the kind of excitement we have at NPE.
Yeah, $60,000 skid steer giveaway.
Uh-huh.
But and also this box is available on our the 435's little brother, the Model 210 parking lot sweeper. So it is multi-purpose. It's available on 2 of our sweeper models, and we think it's going to give a lot of flexibility to customers depending on what application they're in.
Sure.
So this is what's new with the 435. This box is available on the Isuzu chassis. Mm-hmm. This particular one is a Isuzu NPR XD, but we can also do the NQR as well. And so that's where this is available. And earlier you had asked me about the engine, and just to make sure everybody knows, the 435 is powered by a Kubota auxiliary engine. Mm-hmm. This particular one is US EPA interim Tier 4 standard, IT4 standard. Mm-hmm. It has been for several years, and we'll be rolling out the final Tier 4 version of this, which is a step up in emissions, within the next year. Mm-hmm. So
they're sure nice and pretty when they're never been used, aren't they?
This is the cleanest the sweeper will ever be.
Exactly. We have your intake exhaust hoses, and these are how big?
We got 2 12-inch hoses, because it's a true regenerative air style. You got air going down one side and up the other, and so both sides are 12 inches. and of course the pickup head is a true two-chambered head, okay, and the air that goes down the other side comes out through a blast orifice right here, which air blasts the street and gets not only the bigger items up, but all of the ultra fines as well, which is really important when you're talking about environmentally conscious sweeping. Obviously you want things to be clean, you know, cans and rocks and trash, but really the fines that you pick up, that is what carries a lot of the pollutants that we want to get removed off pavement surfaces.
Tymco has definitely been a leader in the environmental movement of sweeping, so I congratulate you on that.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Yes, indeed.
So
okay.
yeah, you
what
betcha.
else should we know about this? We got a fan over there on the other side. Let's look at that. Well, we have in our storage boxes.
Yeah, we got two
here.
storage boxes here on the
this
back.
side. I think that one's probably
one on the right side, and then we got one on the left side here. They're both the same size, but this, you can see all the trade show goodies that we got.
Do these work as storage? Yes, they do.
Yes,
look
they
at the
do.
storage inside there. You can see this is what we do at the trade shows. You have to have someplace to put all this stuff in.
Yeah, we see. You mentioned how clean the sweeper was. Look at all our cleaning supplies.
That's how it gets there.
This is our blower wheel that we use to actually move all the air in the sweeper. So this blower wheel is designed to push and pull air because we blast air and vacuum it back up in a regenerative air style system. Our blower wheel is unique in the industry because it's actually cast aluminum, and we coat it in a rubber coating, and that's just, our engineers have found that when it comes to abrasion of fines, that having it bounce off a soft surface provides longer abrasion resistance than actually hitting something hard, even if it's a really tough metal.
Okay,
so
well, that's very interesting.
That's a unique technology for all Tymco sweepers.
Okay.
So, you betcha.
Curb brooms, and you have dual curb brooms on this one?
Left and right brooms, and water dust control. We talked about the water tank up here, and
but you have dust control nozzles on each of your brooms.
Yep, out here on the edge, and then of course a water nozzle inside the hopper to help knock down the debris once we vacuum it up. And speaking of the hopper, we did this change a few years ago, but it's always great to talk about. We redesigned the hopper of the 435 and turned the whole roof into the door. Okay, so it opens up really wide, and so if you have a lot of leaves packed in there, it dumps really easy, makes it easy to see when you're cleaning it out. And the height here is perfect to dump into a low profile 30-yard container, and it's just a really nice mid-size package for street sweeping.
Nice full width separation screen.
Yep. This particular hopper is just mild steel and powder coated. We can also offer it in stainless steel as well.
And as any of you who are already sweeping contractors know, this is the cleanest the hopper will ever be as well.
Absolutely.
Okay, what kind of pressure washer you have?
That's right. That's right.
Is there anything else we should talk about?
Well, on this one, if we could just step over and real quick talk about our other sweeper we got in the booth.
Let's do that. So that's it concludes our 435, and they also have your 210 hydraulic here.
Yes, sir. The Model 210H hydraulic sweeper, and as you can see right here in this area is where we would normally have our auxiliary engine, and just like on the 435, the 210 uses the Kubota auxiliary engine, so this is where it would go. But in lieu of that, we have what we refer to as our H-drive power system, which is our hydraulic power unit. So that's what sits right here, and it direct drives the blower from this side. And then below that, we've got our hydraulic tank right here. And then that blue pump up here, motor, is pump is what drives our gutter brake. Okay.
Yeah.
And then this whole system gets its power off of the front engine. So if we walk to the other side, I can show you a little bit how it works. We're trying to be cool like the auto shows. So what we did, which I think is kind of neat, we got ourselves a mirror. Okay, so you can see underneath the sweeper. I don't know how well it'll come out. And
we might just put this underneath the sweeper as well. We'll turn this over and see how that works as well. You can see there in the mirror, which lets the other people see.
Yeah,
but what we're going to look is we'll try this as well. And yes,
yeah, that red thing you see right there in the video, that is our PTO, and so it comes off of the transmission and drives the hydraulic pump that we have that powers the sweeper. And this is a unique offering from Ford. It's a they refer to it as their live drive PTO system, and that provides a high amount of horsepower and torque to our motor, and does it consistently whether or not the truck is moving forward or stopped, and it provides a really clean, smooth experience when you're out sweeping parking lots.
So you don't have to have your foot on the gas and the other foot on the brake and try to make it sweep.
Correct.
Those were the old days, huh?
It's a really cool system, and it's a unique offering from Tymco that we do.
Yeah. And I wasn't referring to Tymco when I was mentioning the foot on the brake and the foot on the gas either, but that was happening with a manufacturer. So.
Yes.
And this is how big a chassis do we have here? What is this?
Well, the Model 210H single engine sweeper we can mount on an F450 or an F350. We prefer the 450. The price difference is pretty minimal between the 350 and the 450. But what's unique about the 450 is it has a straight front axle, which provides much tighter turning than the 350, which has a twin I-beam front suspension. So you can get 5.5, 6 feet tighter turning by going with the 450. And in a parking lot application, you know, turning is, you do a lot of turning when you sweep.
A lot of turning. Yeah.
So it's really a great feature of the 450 and provides a good user experience.
And
so.
I see you have a light on the gutter broom. That's a nice,
for
nice
night
feature. Looks like there's we have a water nozzle you can see there ahead of the gutter broom.
And we added this step here just because the truck sits up a little bit higher. So
yeah, makes sense. The control panel in here, is there anything special we need to know about this?
No, sir, just a pretty simple control panel, only a few switches, so not too complicated to get to learn. And
yeah, it looks easy to get to, easy to operate.
You betcha.
That's the
and so, but beyond that, all the other components are very similar to the standard Model 210 and the 435 as far as the blower wheel and the pickup head being a 2-chambered true regenerative air style head, and so
and the coated fan. And
absolutely, aluminum blower wheel.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
Well, very nice. Tymco always makes a fabulous product, and congratulations on. Since I know that this is Tymco, many people might not know, stands for the Young Manufacturing Company, and Brian represents the next generation of the young manufacturers that are making this product better and better every year. So,
thanks, Ranger. We always appreciate the opportunity.